G'day guys, welcome back to SwampChook Overland. I am here at Taputaputta Bay up at North Cape, about 5 k's south of Cape Reinga, and almost as far as you can get on the road in the North Island. And this is the northernmost dock camp. So over there behind me is my 1994 Mitsubishi L300 four-wheel drive. It's been a bit of a project to get road legal, and now that it is, it's time to enjoy it. Woohoo, so it's all going well. I've just had a quick stop here for a lunch break at Lake Manaway, just north of Waipapa. How's this for a view? So I'm just on my way up the Cape still, and this is just by Kai Mau Mau. The tide's pretty much all the way in. I think it's just turned and yeah, it's on its way out now, but just check out the colour of that water and the white silica sands. Just amazing. Found a geocache over under those trees there. So because I'm not entirely sure my ultimate plan with this and how I want it laid out, etc., I sort of did a temporary camper setup in the back. Also because it needed a lot of weight. Empty, it's just too light, it bounces around on the road and it's terrible off-road. So I went and got some pallets and made it all out of pallet wood. Alright, let's go on a pallet hunt. Bingo, that's the sort of thing we're after. This one here is a good size for what I want to do, so we'll snaffle that one up and see what else there is. Only a small one, but so I've had a pick through and I think I've got more than enough here to do what I need to do with it, so let's go back and play jigsaw puzzles with pallets. Okay, so I've made some progress. Destroyed a whole bunch of pallets. Used most of them, so that's pretty good. And this is what I've got. I've got a bench top here and a bed frame over the back there. It's a full-size single, and room underneath the bed there for storage and stuff like that. There's enough room to sit here. Not a lot. See? But it's, yeah, it will do. It will do. Okay, so I made another quick change. I just took the cross thing off there and moved it down to the bottom just to keep all the stuff in that I stick under the bed. Gives me pretty good access. Yeah. Well, that's it for today. I've got a bench and a bed and various little places to store stuff. So on the back of the kitchen here, these corner posts, I've got like hook bolts going through at an angle. It's pretty hard to see in there due to lack of light. I'll come around the other side. So just looking around from the inside, you can see down there how that hook is picking up the tie down point. That's holding that whole bench top down. And then under here in the back, I've got that strap going through another tie down hook, and that's attached to the bed frame. So as well as being sort of fitted in there pretty tightly, it's got those holding it down, so it should be safe enough. And also I needed curtains, so I went to Arthur's Emporium, got $25 worth of fabric, and conned my mate into giving me a hand. So we sat down, got the sewing machine out, and whipped up some curtains. Neither of us are very good sewers, but it worked out pretty well, I reckon. So I've got this sort of a black fabric with a bit of a texture to it that I'm going to make for the curtains. It's a little bit stretchy, but it shouldn't be too bad. Might be a little bit tricky to sew. Okay, so that's one curtain, or something that will do the job of a curtain. I'm not the best at sewing, but it'll do the job, right? Okay, so that is one curtain. Yeah, like I say, it's not the flashiest, but it does the job. That'll all push along. Alrighty, so that is the curtains, and I reckon they came out pretty well. That bit of roof lining that I glued up earlier hasn't stayed, so I'll have to have another try there, but I'm missing a hook. But I reckon, all in all, yeah, quite happy with that. I'm leaving that little gap there open under the bench so that I can get to stuff from either side. So why a van, you might ask, when I've already got a couple of perfectly good four-wheel drives? And the answer? Interior space. New Zealand weather's a bit fickle. Generally it's alright, but we do get a lot of rain, and just about every trip I do there's 1 or 2 days of rain, and they're just miserable. Especially with the roof tent, it soaks through and just gets damp. So just having somewhere indoors where I can sit down, read a book, maybe do some editing, just stay out of the weather is just a big plus. Obviously there's going to be a bit of a trade-off with off-road ability, but this is what I intend to find out. Is it possible to have a camper van that can go off-road, or is this merely a van that's just slightly better than a normal one? Still making my way north. This is Rarawa Beach. I don't know what the river's called. I'm guessing Rarawa River? I don't know. But just through there is the docker camp. Not going to be staying there tonight. I'm still heading up to Taputaputa. Cool place. Okay, so I have made it to the end of the road, or the beginning of the road, depending on how you look at it. I am at Cape Reinga, and there in front of me is the car park, which is the start of State Highway 1. And what a spot. Just a handful of people up here tonight, about 7 PM on a Wednesday. Anyway, I'm off to Taputaputa to set up for the night. So I'm about 2.5, 3 hours drive from home if you don't stop and find caches and stuff along the way. It was a pretty good trip up there, no issues with the van, which is what I wanted. It's sort of the longest trip I've done with this van ever. It's only been on the road for about 2 weeks, and I've got to say I'm liking it. It's a bit of a mission on the gravel roads, bounces around too much, so I'm going to have to address that with springs and a bit more weight potentially, but we'll see how we get on in that regards. Anyway, I've got a bit of an adventure plan for tomorrow, but that's something for another video, so stay tuned to SwampChook Overland, and I'll catch you next time. Yeah, there's this cool little boardwalk here. It's following the river down around there. And that's the Tapura put a dock cam just over there. There's a geocache up here somewhere.